Becoming an officer on board a ship has been one of the long-term goals of a seafarer, and one can be excited to finally see it become a reality. However, it wouldn't be an easy endeavor because it requires a lot of time, money, hard work, dedication, and commitment. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact steps to take the OIC theoretical exam at MARINA. No fluff, just the real process, the latest updates, and the hard-earned lessons I wish someone had told me sooner. This exam isn't just paperwork, it's a pivotal step toward becoming an officer in charge on board a ship. And if you ever felt lost in the system or unsure where to begin, you're not alone. So let's make it simple, honest, and doable. Let's dive in. Application and requirements. On your browser, type online-appointment.marina.gov.ph. If you haven't created an account yet, click sign up and follow the steps to register an account. Please take note that you only need one account for all of your transactions. For the purpose of this video, let's assume that you already have an account. Click sign in to access your account. Enter the email address you used to create your account and the password you set during the registration process. Click the I'm not a robot checkbox and complete the CAPTCHA to sign in. Once you have signed in, click Select Transactions. A pop-up will appear and select Examination section. Click Theoretical Exam. From the Select Document Type drop-down list, choose Deck Operational Level for aspiring deck officers and Engine Operational Level for aspiring engineers. Deck Operational Level. Qualifications. First-time applicant for the Deck Operational Level Theoretical Examination. Requirements. Approved seagoing service on ships of 500 gross tonnage or more for a period of not less than 12 months of structured onboard training such as deck cadet, deck trainee, apprentice mate, or other deck department training nomenclatures for certification as OIC and W, or not less than 36 months in the deck department. Second, transcript of records or TOR for Bachelor of Science in Marine Transportation BSMT graduate. Valid medical certificate in PEMI format, SIRB first page, and entries showing relevant seagoing service. 5. The applicant should have a valid certificate of proficiencies or COPs in basic training, survival craft and rescue boat, advanced firefighting, and medical first aid. Engine operational level. Qualifications. First-time applicant for the Engine Operational Level Theoretical Examination. Requirements. Transcript of records or TOR for Bachelor of Science in Marine Engineering or BSMARE graduate. Valid medical certificate in PEMI format. Approved seagoing service on ships powered by main propulsion machinery of 750 kilowatts propulsion power for a period of not less than 12 months of structured onboard training such as engine cadet, engine trainee, apprentice engineer, or other engine department training nomenclatures for certification as OIC EW, or not less than 36 months in the engine department. Fourth, SIRB first page and entries showing relevant seagoing service. Fifth, the applicant should have a valid certificate of proficiencies in basic training, survival craft and rescue boat, advanced firefighting, and medical first aid. Check the box. I hereby declare that my profile and service records are updated, and I have read the qualifications and requirements in the application for the examination. Then click Proceed to continue the transaction. The pop-up will automatically close and you will be brought to the main page. Go to the application section to check your transactions and application history. As detailed earlier, the specific requirements for both deck and engine operational levels ensure that candidates meet the necessary qualifications and standards. After you have completed all the requirements, you can now submit your application, and the status of your application will be marked for online evaluation. It typically takes 24 hours before you can move on to the next step because there are numerous applications that require human review. Important update on MISMO profile educational background. It should also be noted that starting June 1, 2024, the Maritime Industry Authority, or MARINA, will only recognize and accept educational information encoded directly by maritime higher education institutions, or MHEIs, into the MISMO system for the purpose of assessing competence and issuing STCW certificates. These apply specifically to applications for the theoretical examination at the deck and engine operational level. What this means: seafarer applicants must ensure that their educational records are accurately encoded by their respective maritime higher education institutions. Information to be encoded in MISMO: degree or course, year started, first year study of the course, year graduated, special order number or resolution number, date issued, and issued by. That information should be encoded within 3 working days after the issuance of the special order. Applications submitted with incomplete or without MISMO encoded education data will not be processed. This means if your transcript of records lacks special order number or SO number or resolution number, you cannot take any theoretical exam such as OIC NW, OIC EW, or the GMDSS radio operator exam. In case your transcript of records doesn't have a special order number when you want to schedule any type of theoretical examination, then MARINA will give you this message on your application. MHEIs are required to submit a letter of intent to the STCW office to register and create their MISMO account. For any discrepancies or missing data, you must coordinate directly with your school or contact MARINA for assistance. Please keep in mind that the special order number will be processed 60 to 90 calendar days after the school submits the application to the Commission on Higher Education, or CHED. Please note that Article 23, Section 10 of the Manual of Regulations of CHED, particularly for board programs, states that a special order is required for a student to graduate from their degree program. The higher education institution shall file an application for issuance of special orders with the Commission at least 60 calendar days before the end of the academic year. Personal experience and advice. In my case, my transcript of records TOR didn't include a special order number or SO number because our institution had a PACOCOA accreditation in 2020, which exempted us from the SO issuance requirement. I was actually able to take the deck operational level exam before the relevant memorandum took effect. So my application was approved even without the SO number reflected in my MISMO profile. However, when I later applied for the GMDSS radio operator exam, the absence of a special order number became a critical hurdle since only the school is authorized to encode this data into MISMO. I contacted them directly. They explained that the SO numbers are processed 60 to 90 calendar days after submission to CHED, and due to the volume of alumni, they follow an alphabetical order based on surnames. My surname falls in the middle of the alphabet, so my record wasn't prioritized when the memorandum was first implemented. Fortunately, after I followed up by the phone, they temporarily moved my name forward in the queue to expedite my exam application, grouping it with those whose surnames begin with earlier letters, which allowed my SO number to be processed ahead of schedule. This kind of delay can be especially difficult for seafarers who are on board or working within tight timelines. To avoid setbacks, it's crucial to coordinate with your school early and ensure your TOR and educational records are fully compliant before applying for any examination. MARINA Competency Review Portal. Normally, a message will be shown on each of your applications, and if all is set, you will be given a link to the MARINA Competency Review Portal. The purpose of this online platform is to assist prospective seafarers in getting ready for the theoretical examination required to become an officer in charge on the ship. It is important to note, however, that this can only be accessed if you are going to take any theoretical exam. As of May 2024, MARINA has recently introduced some changes to their platform with a 360-hour review time for first-time takers and a 120-hour review time for retakers in 2023. All users now have unlimited access to the portal, with the correct answer not clearly indicated among the choices. This is by far different from having an underlined correct answer in the previous versions. Despite the changes, drawbacks, and advantages, you can have limitless access to the reviewer to understand analyze, and perform research on every question without spending a dime. A separate guide for using the MARINA Competency Review Portal can also be found on the website. When you have finished studying all of the random questions on each competency, you can take a maximum of 3 mock examinations consisting of 200 test items for deck and engine operational levels and 100 test items for GMDSS radio operators. This type of exam will give you an idea of how the actual examination system works. Your account will automatically be deactivated once you have decided to skip using the CRP, or Competency Review Portal, or you have finished taking 3 mock examinations and scheduled for your actual examination. Scheduling the examination. Sign into your MISMO account and go to Exam Schedules to check for available slots for the examination. You can schedule your examination in Manila, Cebu, Iloilo, and Davao. For regular or first-time takers, the schedule will be usually from 0800 hours to 1200 hours, with 2-day options for deck and engine and 1 day for GMDSS. Examinees who are resitting, meaning those who have failed 1 or more functions, will take their examination from 1300 hours to 1700 hours. Go back to the application section and scroll through the application history. Then, select the transaction for your theoretical examination and click Set Online Schedule. Click Proceed. After making your desired schedule selection, you will then be routed to the payment page, where you can pay with an e-wallet, credit or debit card, or at a payment center near you. In addition to the service charge, you must pay 1,000 pesos to finish your transaction. After you have paid, your payment status is marked as released, and you have successfully set your schedule. Click Print Online Permit and save the PDF file on your device. Print the examination permit and read the general instructions for examinee. Here is an example of an examination permit for deck operational level examinees, showcasing the information and format typically included. Taking the OIC theoretical examination. There are 12 competencies for the deck operation level and 17 competencies for the engine operational level. On the examination day, you must arrive 30 minutes before the actual schedule to allow time for your attendance and to relax your mind. Make sure you're well-groomed and dressed appropriately, such as in a Type B Marine uniform. The proctor will be providing instructions prior to the exam, so arrive on time. Please bring your own black or blue ballpoint pen, 2 valid identification cards for verification, and a simple calculator, as scientific calculators are not permitted, and most importantly, bring your examination permit printed on long bond paper. Throughout the exam, you will be provided with scratch paper, and the proctors will supervise and assist you at all times. Because MARINA is adopting new technologies for the exam, you will take it on a desktop computer. A computer cubicle will be the barrier separating each examinee. All function exams must be taken in one sitting by you, the examinee or candidate. The full theoretical exam consists of 200 items to be completed in 200 minutes, and there will be some administrative delays that will occur in between. To pass a given function, you must receive at least 70% on each competency. If not, the following will take effect. A candidate who fails in a specific function shall be required to take a remedial assessment after 1 month but not to exceed 1 year from the date of the initial examination. A candidate who was not able to take the remedial assessment within the prescribed period shall be considered to have failed the remedial assessment. Thus, he may be allowed to take the removal assessment after 12 months but not to exceed 18 months from his or her initial examination. A candidate who fails the remedial assessment shall only be allowed to take a removal assessment after 1 month, but not to exceed 1 year from the date of the remedial assessment. A candidate who fails the removal assessment or was not able to take the said examination within the prescribed period shall only be allowed to retake the whole theoretical examination after 6 months from the last date of the candidate's removal assessment, or after 6 months from the date of the prescribed period to take the removal assessment, respectively. and a candidate who fails the retake shall only be allowed to take the examination again after 6 months from the date of the candidate's last examination. Whether you have passed all competencies and functions in the examination or failed some of them, the proctor will approach you and sign his or her initials on your examination permit. If you successfully pass, you will be asked to wait outside after all examinations are finished. You will be instructed that the certificate of passing the theoretical examination will appear on your MISMO account's assessment section after 1 working day. Also, make sure to use your past assessment of competence from your theoretical examination, as this will only be valid for 3 years from your initial exam. Otherwise, you will have to take both the theoretical and practical assessments as stated in STCW Circular 2018-08. In the event of missing the exam, your payment will be forfeited and you will need to apply for a rescheduled payment to secure a new examination date. If you fail one of the functions during the exam, you must apply for a resit with payment. However, you can seek a rescheduling and resit without paying if you fall into the following circumstances: force majeure before and during examination, death of an immediate member as evidenced by a death certificate, a medical condition accompanied by a medical certificate, or immediate deployment supported by the Certificate of Sea Service and SIRB or SRB. You may pause this video and read the general instructions for examinees. The preparation for the OIC theoretical examination can be time-consuming, and the exam itself might be unpredictable. However, with extreme dedication and determination, you may finish all criteria and qualifications, whether it takes a few months or years. Dedicate time to studying all pertinent materials and conducting research to ensure a profound understanding of the exam questions and increase your chances of excelling. Make the most of MARINA's Competency Review Portal to familiarize yourself with the exam format and expand your knowledge base. In the event of failure, remember that it's never too late to try again. Stay determined, continue studying, and have faith in your abilities to succeed. Don't be discouraged. You'll pass the exam soon. Never compare yourself to others because you could have a different chapter of life compared to them. This comprehensive guide serves to instruct you on taking the OIC theoretical examination while also easing any concerns or uncertainties you may have regarding the future. View the exam not just as a hurdle to overcome, but as a valuable opportunity to evaluate your knowledge, enhance your skills, and prepare to be a proficient officer in your future onboard endeavors. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you believe more seafarers deserve clarity and support on their journey. Until next time, stay safe, stay kind, and keep growing.